not believe the Haneys. They are very deceitful people. The contract was sent to them two days ago, and Bill kind of disappeared, went and grabbed milk. So
They've agreed. They've already signed on.
I don't see no paperwork. And then who was the one that pressed the fight? Me, right? Who's the one that sent everything? Me, right? Okay, I'm telling you, if the contract's not signed, it's not signed. Do not believe the Haneys. They are very deceitful people.
Tensions exploded as Raleigh Romero went off on Devin Haney and vowed to expose Ryan Garcia, warning that the truth about the hype was about to come out.
And he just run. I don't know, like, bro, like, I'm trying to warm up for a fight, bro. I don't need to be falling asleep. I don't care about their rematch. Why do you people keep bringing it up? I don't care.
Speaking about the potential matchup, Devin Haney said the fight isn't finalized yet, but negotiations are ongoing. Haney said it's a big opportunity to capture another title, defeat the man who beat Ryan Garcia, and continue climbing the pound-for-pound rankings to prove his greatness.
I can't say that it's a done deal yet. We're working on it. I think that it's very likely that it will happen. I think that it's a good fight for boxing. A chance for me to pick up another belt, beat the guy who beat Ryan, and move up higher on the pound-for-pound list, and just show how great I really am.
Shifting the feud from online accusations to a potential showdown in the ring, Romero stirred more controversy with a series of bold interviews about the looming matchup. Raleigh then accused the Haneys of twisting the narrative and questioned whether he had ever been known as a liar in the sport.
Why haven't they signed the contract? It's been 2 days.
Now, from my understanding, he said they did. That it was on you now.
No. Who sent the contract? Me. They have not signed the contract yet. Okay? Like I said, the Haneys are very deceitful people. They're filled with lies. Let me ask you something. Have I been known to be a liar in this sport?
Now, listen, I don't.
I'm asking you. Have I been known to be a liar in this sport?
Continuing the exchange, Romero mocked the idea of Devin Haney and Bill Haney suing him, joking that it would only happen after Haney got flatlined. Romero brushed it off, saying even if the courts ruled against him, it wouldn't change anything. When asked if he was certain he would stop Haney, Raleigh avoided making a direct claim and instead leaned on faith. Romero said the outcome would ultimately depend on God's will, insisting that if Jesus Christ wanted him to be victorious, then victory would come.
Devin Haney and Bill Haney suing me after he gets flatlined. Whoop-de-doo. So I lose in the favor of the judges, in the favor of the court judges.
So you believe there's no doubt you would stop Devin Haney if you guys get in the ring?
We shall see. Whatever God wants. If God wants this will happen. If God wants that, it will happen. Anything that God wants is going to happen.
And what do you want?
Whatever God wants.
Okay, got it.
I am completely submitted to the Lord my God, Jesus Christ. And if Jesus Christ wants me to be victorious, he will make me victorious. And if he doesn't want me to be victorious, I will not be victorious.
Speaking with Devin Haney, Max Kellerman pointed out that Romero isn't naturally the same size and suggested the smarter approach would be to outbox him. Kellerman said Romero often throws heavy, wild shots like bricks, but warned that trading in those moments could put Haney in danger. Max explained that even if Haney attacks successfully, getting clipped in the process could leave him in a no-win situation where the risk outweighs the reward.
He's not in your class and you should outbox him. Now I can picture a situation where it's the second half of the fight, you're way up, he's awkward, he's throwing bricks, and so there are clinches, whoever initiates it, but you guys wind up, and then after the fight, I'm critical. On the other hand, I could also see you, like a fight, you're in this situation going, I'm not gonna sit on the lead, I'm gonna keep, and then he catches you, and that's something stupid, so it like puts you in a no-win position.
Exactly, and you could have said that.
Shifting to the stylistic matchup, sports editor Douglas Fisher said the edge in natural talent, ring intelligence, skill, and technique leaned and toward Devin Haney, Fisher noted that Haney's fundamentals and overall understanding of the sport gave him the advantage on paper. However, Douglas added that Romero's awkward, unorthodox style created unpredictability, and, as Fisher pointed out, fighters with unusual rhythms like Sergio Mora in the past had sometimes managed to trouble elite boxers.
It's interesting because if you compare Devin with Rolly in terms of natural talent, ring intelligence, skill, technique, everything
Different
edges
class.
towards
Yeah.
Devin. Devin has the advantage. But when you talk about styles, Rolly is unorthodox. We've seen in the past where an unorthodox fighter,
You're gonna bring it. You're gonna bring it up. I know where you're going.
Versus Ricardo
Mayorga,
Mayorga,
I knew it.
and Sergio Mora.
Doug,
Those
you
are-
and me. I got it.
Both Mayorga and Mora had unorthodox styles. They didn't work off their jabs. They didn't necessarily move in the right directions. But there's a method to their madness. And they were world-class fighters. And on the best night of their professional careers, they were able to upset an elite boxer, a pound-for-pound level boxer.
Reflecting on Devin Haney's development, boxing trainer Teddy Atlas said the young champion is still evolving despite already holding a title. Atlas noted that Haney showed clear improvement in his rematch with George Kambosos, explaining that winning a championship often boosts a fighter's confidence and mindset. Teddy added that in boxing, belief and mental strength play a huge role, which is why champions often become significantly better after capturing a belt.
He's on the path to becoming a very significant champion. Is that fair? Because, beating Kambosos twice hasn't, put him quite there yet. And we're all works in progress for the most part. And he's a work in progress still. He's still developing. He just got the title. I think he improved in the second fight. I thought Kambosos was better in the second fight. And I thought Haney had to be better. And he was better in the second fight. Winning titles improve you. The old timers used to tell me all the time, Teddy, a guy wins a title, 30% he becomes better. Automatically, he becomes 30% better because 75% of this game is what you believe. It's your mind. It's your psyche.
Offering his take, Mike Coppinger said Romero is often underrated, especially because of his punching power. Coppinger noted that Romero already hit hard at 135 and could be even stronger at 147 as his body fills out. Still, Mike pointed to Devin Haney's sharp jab and disciplined footwork as the technical advantage, predicting Haney could outbox Romero to win another title.
I mean, look, Rolly Romero, I think he's underrated. He can really punch. I remember being ringside for his fight a couple of years ago in Texas, and you can feel those punches from ringside. I mean, especially at 135. But I think at 147, you see his lower body's gotten a lot bigger. He looks stout against Ryan Garcia, and he is awkward. It's tough to fight Rolly Romero, but Devin Haney, I think his jab is too good, his footwork, his fundamentals. I think Devin Haney outboxes Rolly, grabs another title, and then hopefully sets up the fight we really want to see, which is the Ryan Garcia rematch.
Sharing his view on the matchup, trainer Greg Hackett said the key for Devin Haney against Romero is control and authority. Hackett explained that Haney should rely on a strong jab, smart movement, and well-timed feints to disrupt Romero's rhythm. But Greg also stressed that Haney must make his punches count, arguing that Romero only respects power and needs to feel the shots to stay honest in the fight.
What does Devin Haney need to do in a fight like Rolly? He's a big puncher, he's an athletic kid, and you've had problems with that, but you've also had success against that. So which version of Dev is the best Dev to go against that style?
Just coming out there with a dominant jab, offsetting his timing with your movement, the feints, and being confident in your shots. Don't try to do too much, but at the same time, you're gonna have to put something on Rolly a little bit, because Rolly only respect power. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying Dev don't have the power, but you're gonna have to make him feel it. You know what I'm saying?
So no sharp, feathery shit?
No, you got to whoop his ass. You got to whoop Rolly ass, because that's the only thing he respects.
Giving his opinion, sports analyst Greg said the potential Devin Haney versus Romero fight could be very intriguing. Greg explained that Romero's aggression, awkward style, and punching power could create problems, noting those same traits troubled Gervonta Davis before the knockout. While he didn't predict Haney would lose, Greg pointed out that Romero's power makes the fight dangerous if Rolly manages to land clean.
But I like the Rolly fight. I like the Rolly fight for a number of reasons. Number one, I think Rolly's going to be very aggressive. I think number two, I think Rolly is very awkward. I don't even think Rolly's very awkward. I know Rolly is very awkward. And that awkwardness and that power is going to present problems. It presented problems for Tank until Tank caught him. But Devin doesn't have the power to catch him. That's why I want to see the fight, because I think it could be interesting. I'm not saying that Devin loses this fight. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it could be interesting if Rolly can land a shot. One thing we know Rolly can do, Rolly can punch. What happens if he lands? That is the one question that I have for Devin Haney.
Continuing his analysis, Greg said Romero's awkward style could push forward without respecting Devin Haney's power. Greg acknowledged claims that Haney might carry sneaky power, but noted that in boxing, it's usually the punches you don't see that hurt the most. Still, he said the matchup is appealing and worth seeing, even as questions remain about how it could affect a potential Ryan Garcia fight.
The problem was he also would have subjected himself to more risk. And so Rolly with that awkward style, probably going to come to Devin, isn't going to respect Devin's power, although Ryan is saying that Devin can actually, is kind of like a sneaky power. You know, maybe when you don't see it, it hurts. I don't know if that's really sneaky power or is that just what we've always seen in the sport of boxing. It's the punches that you don't see that hurt. I mean, you don't see a punch coming, you're going to get hurt. So I like the fight. I'm glad Bill is suggesting it.
The topic quickly changed to the Ryan Garcia versus Haney controversy as Romero dismissed the PED accusations and suggested the situation may have been simple cross-contamination. Romero argued that Garcia didn't behave like someone intentionally using performance enhancers and insisted PEDs couldn't explain Devin Haney's defensive mistakes. Raleigh maintained that Garcia simply had Haney's number, regardless of the controversy.
If he was doing PEDs for real, he probably did get cross-contaminated, because that stuff does happen. Because I'll tell you like this, he did not act like somebody that was on PEDs. If you're on PEDs, you wouldn't have been getting drunk every night. You would have been actually trying to win the fight. Ryan has Devin's number. If they fought 100 times, Ryan would knock him out 100 times. PEDs do not make you, it does not make your opponent not keep their hand up. No, forget about me. Forget about me right now. Let's talk about this Ryan Devin conspiracy, right? PEDs will not make Devin Haney keep his hands down. That does not happen. If he was really on PEDs, if that was his whole intention, I'm gonna be on steroids this whole fight, he would have actually took this fight serious, no?
Breaking down the case, Showbiz explained that a VADA report found traces of O-Starin in one of Ryan Garcia's supplements, suggesting possible cross-contamination since the substance wasn't listed on the label. Showbiz added that despite this, the New York State Athletic Commission still ruled against Garcia, citing the officially sanctioned bout against Devin Haney at Brooklyn's Barclays Center, where Ryan had originally won by majority decision.
The report came back from VADA, and boop, one of the supplements that he sent had traces of Ostarine cross-contamination, and Ostarine is not on the label of that supplement. So the supplement popped, proving cross-contamination, right? So if that's true, why was he still found guilty by the New York State Athletic Commission? Well, it wasn't because he took Ostarine. It was because of this. Here's the official statement provided by the New York State Athletic Commission. If you go to point 5, it says on April 20th, 2024, respondent participated in a commission-sanctioned professional boxing contest held at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York.
Clarifying the ruling, Showbiz explained that Ryan Garcia's actual violation was failing to provide the New York State Athletic Commission with the same supplement list his team had submitted to VADA. Showbiz said that disclosure failure was what Garcia pled guilty to, which led to the 1-year suspension and fine. According to Showbiz, Garcia was never found guilty of intentionally taking PEDs, and VADA testing of the supplements instead pointed to cross-contamination.
His only violation that he said, yeah, I violated, is that he didn't provide the list of supplements that his team provided to VADA. They didn't provide it to the New York State Athletic Commission as well. That was his violation. That's what he pleaded guilty to, and that's why they suspended him for a year and they fined him. He was never guilty for purposely taking PEDs. On the contrary, the same Vada that everyone leans on to prove his guilt is the same Vada who tested his supplements.
Weighing in on Romero's argument, boxing commentator Eric Gomes addressed the triangle logic behind it. Gomes explained that Romero believed the math favored him. Since Raleigh had beaten Ryan Garcia and Garcia had beaten Haney, that same chain suggested he could beat Haney as well. Eric noted that triangle comparisons rarely hold up in boxing.
Now, Rolly is doing a triangle theory, which doesn't really work in boxing, but a lot of people do this, like, hey, I beat this guy and he couldn't beat this guy, so da-da-da-da. But for the record, I don't think triangle theories work.
Please, just stop. Just stop. It's so, I can't even comprehend this stuff. I really can't.
Now, you know they're going to say he tested positive for PEDs. And came in, what, 3 pounds over the weight.
Oh,
so we got to hear what Rolly has to say. Brian Custer says, people are going to bring up the fact that he missed weight, which he did,
but added that Romero also questioned the PED narrative, arguing that someone intentionally using banned substances to defeat Haney would normally approach preparation with strict discipline rather than careless habits. According to Eric, that contradiction supported Romero's argument as he prepared to illustrate the idea with an analogy.
If a person is like fearful to the point of like, I'm going to be on a banned substance, I need to win this fight, that's a very good point from Rolly. Most people aren't going to be counterproductive in nature, right? They're going to go all the way out on the cheap preparation side, not necessarily getting drunk. So I think that's a strong point. Like, for example, let's take it out of boxing.
Let's see how fighters are preparing for the next fight. Starting with Rolando Romero is known for bringing raw intensity and unpredictability into his training camps. In preparation for major fights, Romero often pushes his body to the limit with brutal conditioning routines designed to build explosive power and endurance. His days typically begin before sunrise with long roadwork sessions, sprinting hills, running miles through the desert heat, and shadowboxing in open air to sharpen his speed and reflexes. Romero believes that if training feels easy, he isn't doing enough. Inside the gym, Romero's camps become even more intense. Heavy bag sessions can stretch for dozens of rounds as he focuses on generating knockout power from every punch. Sparring partners are rotated frequently because Romero attacks with relentless pressure, forcing them to simulate the toughest opponents possible. Strength training is also extreme. Medicine ball slams, explosive plyometrics, and brutal core circuits designed to maximize punching torque. Trainers often describe his camp environment as chaotic but electrifying, with Romero constantly shouting, laughing, and challenging everyone around him.
Up and down, up and down.
With tensions rising in the division, the spotlight now turns to a possible showdown between Devin Haney and Romero. Romero continues to push for the fight, insisting he's ready to prove himself against the man many consider one of boxing's most skilled technicians. Haney, meanwhile, carries the reputation of elite fundamentals, sharp jabs, smart footwork, and high ring IQ. But Romero believes his power and awkward style could flip the script once they share the ring. The Ryan Garcia controversy still lingers in the background, keeping the conversation around Haney and his rivals even louder. Until the fight becomes official, the debate keeps building among fans and analysts alike. Is Haney's skill too much, or can Romero shock the boxing world? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more boxing updates.